What if the choices you make in your 20s could determine whether you struggle financially for the rest of your life or live with freedom before most people even think about retirement? Many people believe financial independence is something you achieve when you're old after decades of hard work, stress, and sacrifice. But according to the legendary personal development mentor Jim Rohn, that belief is completely wrong. Financial independence isn't about age, it's about mindset, discipline, and the habits you build early. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your money works for you, that your bills are covered, that you have the freedom to choose how you spend your time. While most people spend their youth chasing quick pleasures, the wise few invest in something far more powerful, their future. The truth is simple but powerful. If you start building the right financial habits while you're young, time becomes your greatest ally. But if you ignore it, time becomes your greatest enemy. In this video, we're going to explore 5 powerful lessons inspired by Jim Rohn that can help you become financially independent while you're still young. If you truly want control over your financial future, make sure you watch until the very end, because the final lesson might completely change how you think about money. Lesson 1. Work harder on yourself than on your job. The profound nature of Jim Rohn's philosophy begins with a fundamental shift in perspective regarding value. Most people enter the workforce with a transactional mindset, believing that their time is what they are selling to an employer. They focus on the clock, the tasks at hand, and the immediate paycheck. However, Rohn argued that you don't get paid for your time, you get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace. While you can only work a finite number of hours in a day, there is virtually no limit to how much more valuable you can become. This realization is the cornerstone of personal development. When you work on your job, you make a living, which is fine for survival, but when you work on yourself, you make a fortune, which is the key to an extraordinary life. To truly work harder on yourself than on your job, you must become a lifelong student of human potential and technical mastery. This involves a rigorous curriculum of self-education that goes far beyond the walls of a traditional classroom. In the modern economy, skills have a shorter shelf life than ever before. If you are not actively reading books that challenge your current worldview, attending seminars that sharpen your professional edge, or studying the habits of the top 1% in your field, you are effectively stagnating. The marketplace is like a ladder. The higher you climb in terms of your specialized knowledge, emotional intelligence, and communication skills, the less competition you face and the higher the rewards become. You must cultivate a mindset that treats your brain as your most valuable asset, one that requires constant maintenance and upgrades. Success is not a goal to be pursued with frantic energy. Rather, it is a byproduct of the person you have evolved into. Think of yourself as a magnet. If you remain the same person today as you were last year, possessing the same habits, the same level of discipline, and the same narrow perspective, you will continue to attract the same results. To attract a different level of income or a different quality of opportunity, you must physically and mentally change your magnetic pull. This means refining your character, becoming more reliable, becoming a better leader, and learning how to solve bigger problems. As Rohn often pointed out, if someone hands you $1 million, you had better hurry up and become a millionaire in spirit and skill, or you will surely lose the money. The external wealth must always be a reflection of the internal wealth. The most practical way to implement this lesson is to audit how you spend your discretionary time. Everyone has the same 24 hours, but the wealthy use their evenings and weekends to build their intellectual capital. Instead of falling into the trap of passive entertainment, the person destined for greatness invests in their own growth. They learn a second language, master public speaking, or study the nuances of investment. This constant refinement creates a compounding effect on your reputation and your capability. Eventually, you reach a tipping point where you no longer have to hunt for opportunities. Opportunities begin to hunt for you because your value has become undeniable to the marketplace. You are no longer just a worker, you are a rare and valuable resource. Lesson 2. Learn to live below your means. The concept of living below your means is often misunderstood as a life of deprivation or playing small. In reality, it is an aggressive strategy for total financial sovereignty. Most young professionals fall into the lifestyle inflation trap. As their salary increases from $50,000 to $80,000, their spending miraculously climbs to $81,000. They buy the luxury car, the designer wardrobe, and the expensive apartment to signal a success they haven't truly anchored yet. Jim Rohn taught that this is a form of financial slavery. When your expenses rise in lockstep with your income, you are essentially a high-paid prisoner of your own lifestyle. You become unable to take risks, unable to quit a job you hate, and unable to seize a sudden investment opportunity because you are tapped out at the end of every month. True wealth is the difference between what you earn and what you spend. It is the margin that exists in your bank account. By choosing to live on 70% or 80% of your income, you create a buffer that protects you against the volatility of life. This discipline forces you to distinguish between wants and needs. While it may feel socially uncomfortable to drive an older car or live in a modest home while your peers are flaunting their credit-fueled luxury, you are secretly building a foundation of steel. Every dollar you don't spend on a depreciating asset is a seed that can be planted in an appreciating one. Living below your means isn't about being cheap, it's about being strategic. You are sacrificing a little bit of now for an incredible later. The psychological benefit of living below your means is perhaps more valuable than the money itself. Financial stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety and poor decision-making. When you are living paycheck to paycheck, you operate from a place of fear. You can't think clearly about the future because you are too worried about the present. However, when you have a significant gap between your income and expenses, you gain a sense of calm and confidence. You can negotiate from a position of strength. You can afford to wait for the right opportunity rather than jumping at the first thing that pays the bills. This peace of mind allows you to focus your creative energy on lesson 1, working on yourself, which in turn increases your income further, widening the gap even more. To master this lesson, one must adopt the 70-30 rule that Rohn often advocated. After taxes, learn to live on 70% of your income. The remaining 30% should be divided. 10% for charity and giving back to the community, 10% for active capital investing in business or projects, and 10% for passive savings, long-term wealth. By automating this process, you remove the daily struggle of willpower, you adapt your lifestyle to the 70%, and you find that you aren't actually missing out on anything significant. Over a decade, this habit creates a massive disparity between you and the average person. While they are struggling to keep up with their debt, you are watching your net worth climb quietly and steadily. You are buying your freedom one disciplined choice at a time. Lesson 3. Develop the habit of investing early. Time is the only asset that is truly irreplaceable, yet it is often the most squandered by the young. Jim Rohn emphasized that the greatest advantage a young person has is not their energy or their education, but their time horizon. The mathematics of compound interest are such that a small amount of money invested in your early 20s is worth far more than a large amount invested in your 40s. This is the miracle of compounding. Money making money, and that new money making even more money. However, this miracle requires a long runway. If you wait until you feel ready or rich enough to start, you have already lost the most productive years of your financial life. Starting early is the ultimate hack to becoming wealthy without needing a lottery win salary. The barrier to entry for investing is often perceived as high, but this is a mental illusion. Many believe they need thousands of dollars to open an account, or that they must possess the genius of a Wall Street trader. In truth, the habit of investing is more important than the amount. If you can't invest $10 out of 100, you won't be able to invest 10,000 out of 100,000. The discipline is a muscle that must be trained when the stakes are low. By starting with small, consistent contributions, even just $50 a month, you learn the mechanics of the market and the emotional fortitude required to stay invested during downturns. You are building the infrastructure of your future fortune while you are still learning the ropes of your career. Understanding the cost of waiting is essential for any young person. If you look at the trajectory of an investment over 40 years versus 20 years, the difference isn't just double, it is often tenfold due to the exponential nature of growth. By delaying your investment journey by even 5 or 10 years, you are essentially stealing millions of dollars from your future self. This is why Rohn insisted on the urgency of the now. You don't need to be an expert to start. You can utilize simple index funds or diversified portfolios that track the growth of the economy. The goal is to get your money working for you as quickly as possible so that eventually the earnings from your investments exceed the earnings from your labor. This is the definition of financial independence. Investing early also changes your relationship with money. Instead of seeing money as a tool for consumption, something to be traded for a pizza or a pair of shoes, you begin to see it as freedom fighters. Each dollar is a little soldier that you send out into the world to capture more dollars for you. When you have this mindset, you become much more discerning about how you spend. You start to weigh the cost of a luxury purchase against its future value. You realize that a $500 gadget today isn't just $500, it's actually $10,000 or $20,000 of your retirement. This perspective doesn't make you miserable, it makes you powerful. You are no longer a victim of consumer culture, you are a builder of a legacy, leveraging the unstoppable force of time to ensure your future security. Lesson 4. Surround yourself with ambitious people. Jim Rohn's observation that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with is perhaps his most cited piece of wisdom, and for good reason. Humans are fundamentally social creatures. We subconsciously mirror the language, attitudes, and expectations of our inner circle. If your closest friends are content with mediocrity, if they spend their time complaining about the economy, or if they prioritize short-term pleasure over long-term goals, their mindset will act as an invisible ceiling on your own growth. You may have the best intentions in the world, but it is incredibly difficult to fly with eagles when you are swimming with ducks. Your environment is a silent programmer of your destiny. Ambitious people act as a catalyst for your own potential. When you surround yourself with individuals who are constantly striving for more, who are reading, investing, and taking risks, their normal becomes your normal. You stop feeling like an outsider for wanting to work on a Saturday or for saving your money instead of blowing it on a night out. In a high-performance circle, you are challenged to defend your ideas and level up your skills. You gain access to social capital, the shared knowledge, connections, and opportunities that only exist within groups of strivers. Ambition is contagious, and being around people who have a growth mindset will naturally pull you out of your comfort zone and into your greatness. This does not mean you must heartlessly abandon old friends who aren't on a path to wealth, but it does mean you must be intentional about limited association and expanded association. You must evaluate who is pouring into your cup and who is leaking from it. If you spend your time with people who lack a plan for their lives, you will likely end up without a plan for yours. Conversely, finding mentors or peer groups who are 5 or 10 years ahead of you provides a roadmap for your own journey. You can learn from their mistakes without having to make them yourself. Success leaves clues, and those clues are most visible in the daily habits and conversations of the people who have already achieved what you desire. Cultivating an ambitious circle requires you to be a person of value yourself. You cannot expect to hang out with high achievers if you bring nothing to the table. This brings us back to lesson 1. As you work on yourself, you become the kind of person that other ambitious people want to be around. You should actively seek out networking groups, professional organizations, or even digital communities where the bar is set high. Don't be afraid to be the smallest fish in a big pond. That is exactly where you grow the fastest. By curating your social environment, you are effectively choosing your future. You are ensuring that the average of your 5 closest influences is a person who is wealthy, wise, and driven. Lesson 5. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Discipline is the great separator in life. While many people have dreams, goals, and New Year's resolutions, very few have the consistent discipline required to bring those visions into reality. Jim Rohn described discipline as the bridge that connects the thought of a goal to the actual accomplishment of that goal. Without the bridge, the goal remains a fantasy stranded on an island of someday. Discipline is the ability to do what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is the daily practice of small, seemingly insignificant tasks that over time create an avalanche of success. It is not the one-time heroic effort that makes a life. It is the mundane, repeated actions. Most people fail because they underestimate the power of small disciplines and overestimate the impact of a single event. They think that wealth comes from a big break or a lucky strike. In reality, wealth is built through the discipline of saving $100 every month, the discipline of reading 30 minutes every morning, and the discipline of saying no to unnecessary debt. These actions don't show immediate results. On any given day, there is no visible difference between the person who saves and the person who spends. However, after 5, 10, or 20 years, the difference is staggering. Discipline requires a long-term lens. It is the constant preference for delayed gratification over instant pleasure. The beauty of discipline is that it is a self-reinforcing cycle. Every time you exercise discipline, you strengthen your self-esteem. You prove to yourself that you are a person of your word, that your will is stronger than your whims. This internal confidence carries over into every area of your life. When you are disciplined with your money, you often become more disciplined with your health and your time. You begin to see yourself as a master of your circumstances rather than a victim of them. As Rohn famously said, we must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. Choosing the ounces today saves you from the tons later in life. To cultivate this bridge, you must start with the easy disciplines. If you can't make your bed, you probably won't be able to manage a complex investment portfolio. If you can't track your daily spending, you won't be able to run a successful business. Start by mastering the basics. Create a schedule and stick to it. Set a small savings goal and meet it. These micro wins build the neural pathways of discipline. Eventually, these habits become part of your identity. You become the kind of person who works hard, stays focused, and stays the course. Financial independence is simply the inevitable result of a disciplined life. It is the final destination for anyone willing to walk across the bridge, one steady step at a time, every single day. Financial independence while you're young is not a fantasy. It's a result of intentional choices and powerful habits. The difference between those who struggle financially and those who achieve freedom often comes down to a few key principles: personal development, disciplined spending, early investing, the right environment, and consistent self-discipline. These ideas, shared by mentors like Jim Rohn, have transformed the lives of millions of people around the world. But knowledge alone is not enough. What truly matters is what you do with what you learn. The sooner you start applying these principles, the sooner you begin building a life of financial independence and personal freedom. Remember, time will pass whether you use it wisely or not. 5 years from now, you could still be worrying about money, or you could be enjoying the freedom that comes from making the right decisions today. Your future is not determined by luck. It's determined by your habits, your discipline, and the standards you set for yourself. Start today, because the earlier you begin the journey toward financial independence, the more extraordinary your life can become.